Okay. So, hey, hi Aishwarya. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. And so I think we can get started quickly. So with your just a minute. So you can start with your self introduction, Aishwarya.
So, hi Vasu. This is Aishwarya Chandrasekharan. So, I have completed my BCom CS, and then I did my post graduation in MBA Finance, and my career started with RBS in the commercial card process, where we deliver cards for the commercial vendors, and I worked there for 3 years, and I've joined PayPal in 2016, and then I started my career as CAP advisor, and then I've moved internally as a SME, and then I had an opportunity to join with the IT team through OGT, and I did. I got a team where I have to manage for the Scrum basis. So there I have started learning about the Scrum teams, and later on I got very interested in this, and then I just did my certification. So this is how my profile, and overall I had a 9+ years of experience, and in PayPal I had 6+years. Yeah, it's going to be 7.
Okay. Okay, 1 minute. Okay. So, what is the difference between agile and waterfall?
Agile is a methodology, and waterfall method is a kind of ancient method, we can say, because it has to be start from the top to bottom. And agile is where we have a categories like light framework and heavyweight framework. So we can deliver the deliverables within the short span of time, so we use the different methods. So in that, I'm familiar with the Scrum.
Okay. Okay. So, what are the things you have in your DOD? Can you tell us some examples?
Yes. So definition of done called as DOD.
Mm.
So when we talk about DOD, it's purely about the last day of the sprint. So it is the review and the retrospective. So where we have a meeting for 2 hours, and we have reviewed along with the stakeholders that what are the product is ready, and it's up for the deliverables. And then we have immediately on the same day we have a retrospective, wherein we have a space to develop and make ourselves even more easier for the next sprint. The whatever things which is not so done so far in the last sprint, there is an opportunity for us to learn, and then we can go ahead with the next sprint. So these are the two things that will come under definition of time.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. And moving to the next question. So, what are the Scrum? Okay, 1 minute. So, what are the roles in a Scrum?
Roles in the
Scrum.
Scrum.
Scrum. Yeah.
So we have a Scrum team where we have a product owner, and we have a developers and the Scrum Master. So these are all the roles that comes under Scrum.
Okay. So, what is a product increment?
Product increment is nothing but the product that has been ready for the shipping. The goods is ready for the shippable. So it's once the developers is ready. deliver the things, and then the product owner along with the stakeholders had a review, and then once it is given as a definition of done, then it is comes under the
Okay, good. Okay, so what are the 3 C's in a user story?
3 C's is commitment, commitment, conflict, and courage. I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay, fine. 1 minute. What? Okay. What is a enabler story?
Sorry?
What is a enabler?
Enabler story.
Yeah.
I think, as per my understanding, the enabler story is nothing but the story which story points which has been assigned and agreed by the developers who's for the sprint.
Okay. Moving to the next. Can you explain in brief in 1 minute about sprint planning meeting?
Okay. So yeah, this is sprint planning will happen on the first day of the sprint, meetings, the category and events, if you say. And we have people, the PO will facilitate the meeting. And the purpose of this meeting to have a, estimation and from the developers team who's going to work on the current, particular sprint, and they'll have a discussion on the PBR, that is a product backlog, and we'll have a product backlog refinement on the next day. But before that, we have to plan in for the what are all the product backlogs which is coming in, and then they'll have a story points estimations and will be set by the developers, and then we'll have the meeting.
Okay. So, how often are you refining your product backlog?
Yes, it is very important to have a product backlog refinement, because when it is the start of the sprint, and if you see in the end, it will be maybe some items would have been not completed. So in my experience, I'll do two times of product backlog refinement, and I advise it is necessary to have also, because on the day 2 and the day 7, I am following the product refinement. So this will happen on 1 hour on the second day, and the 7th day on the next 1 hour. So in this, what will happen is that you are able to judge and where you are standing, and what are the pending items that it needs to be concentrated on the next coming days. And I think this is a good practice, so that on the 10th day you'll be ready with your products. So, and you as a scrum master, you'll also have a complete track on the product backlogs and the story points, and if at all, if you have any impediments in during the first refinement and to the next refinement, you'll be able to do it within the next 2 days, so that you have a ample of time of having a 2 days. So that will work out, I think. So I believe in having a 2 days of PPI.
Okay. So, what does servant leadership mean, and how does the Scrum Master fit as a servant leader according to you?
Yeah, according to me, Scrum Master is definitely a servant based leadership. It's not about your coaching. I mean, it's not about your owning the team or you're handling the team. It's about you how you mingle with your team and how far you know the team members. In and day in and day out. So what I'll do as a Scrum Master is I'll have a uh, complete track on the team, and also to this will help us to have the openness, and also the respect that we have within the team is more important. And that will come under the servant base, because if I am leading a team, it's not that I have to say whatever I feel, and the team has to follow. It's about the two-way conversation. So I want my team also to open to me, so that we'll have a conclusion, so that whatever I feel it is good, and if they have any they are the one who's going to do the process, right? So and from their end also I have to get the suggestions or feedbacks whatever they're giving to me. And as a team, when we work together, when we have a transparency, it will help for me also to grow, and I'll also able them to take along with me. So I think servant based leadership is very important as a Scrum Master. So that's how I work, and I progress.
Okay, good. So, coming to the next point, so can you just list one impediment you resolved in your team and how you resolved that?
So yeah, it is. I would not say it is impediment, but when we have a only I handle only four small team, like four developers and two QA. So when we had a estimation, and we have a six people, so we'll allocate our work within the time frame, and within one sprint. So when in the real time, I had one advisor who's on unplanned leave due to sickness. So we didn't the person itself didn't understand, I mean didn't uh, got that the she'll be on leave for 3 days, right? So that immediate the next day when we come to know about her absence, and we make sure that our work has been her work has been segregated along with the other five members, so that on a particular day when we had a separate task to be completed, it will be completed even with the five people. So that is how we work. And on the third day when she come back from her recovery, and then we make sure her work has been completed on the next 2 days. So we share like a good environment where people are able to finish their own work, and if they're okay to have a take the next person work, I think that will work out even if you have any unplanned leaves or you know any kind of thing, any impediments which has come, which is uncertain. As we say, we are all humans, like, so maybe.
Mm, okay, okay. 1 minute. So, what are the qualities of a Scrum team according to you?
For me, the qualities, I would say is they need to, for Scrum team, it is including of a product owner and the developers, and as well as the Scrum Master. So we need to be very transparent with each other, first thing. And you have to respect, as I said, for everything, for every individual, each one will have a different opinion on some point. So all will not agree at the same wavelength, will not have the same wavelength. So I think we should respect. And we also have to be self-organized, because it's not that only the Scrum Master, or it's not only the PO who's going to face the stakeholders. It's also about the developers who's back end of this whole process. They are the one who's projecting the work. So they also have to be self-organized. It's not that they should not wait for the Scrum Master or the product owner to be monitoring them. So they have to be self-organized, and they have to be prepared, and they have to deliver the things. And main thing is adaptability, because whatever the change is, we don't know what is the change that is going to come in between, or it may not also come. But if it has comes that the all the scrum teams, even the product owner, the developer, or the scrum master should be able to adapt to the change which is coming in. And at the end of the day, we are looking for the best customer experience. So that will be delivered only if they're ready and open to the changes which is coming. So I think these are all the major things. If at all, if all these, whatever I said is satisfying, I think we made a good thing.
Okay. Okay. 1 minute. So next question, just I'm checking. Okay. Next question is, what is a working agreement?
Working agreement.
Yes.
For me, I would say the working agreement is, nothing but that the committed work that has been committed by each individual. So I think that is.
Okay. Next is what is the dependency management and how will you do it? Dependency management.
Okay. Dependency management is like when we are committed to one particular work, and we know that there is a dependency from any other team. uh, it's like we alone, our team alone cannot produce the deliverables. Then we have to depend on the other team. So if at all, if you have any dependencies from other team, I think we have to make sure before, uh, we have to well prepared and planned for the dependencies, because even within our team itself, we don't know what is the uncertain thing which is going to come during the sprint, or it may not come also. And there is a possibilities, right? So, and but if at all, if we have dependency, definitely we have to be well prepared, and manage the things that with the discussion of the other team scrum master, and have a meeting with them, and come to know, deliver them what are all is our requirement, and request them to handle their whatever the things which we are depending on them, so that we also able to deliver in a time box thing.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay. Can you explain conflict management with an example?
Yeah, conflict management is when you have a disagreements within your team. Say for example, when the product owner is had a disagreement with the scrum master, and even when you the scrum master and the developers had a disagreement. So, for example, like I say, when I am handling a team, where I say that these things has to be you know completed within 2 days of time. But when I don't know what is the challenge that the developer had. because from their side there might be any system bug or any other issues which they are going to face, which will affect our delivery. So when they say no, it's not that uh, as a scrum master or even with the product owner, if at all if you have a disagreement, first we have to listen what the other person is talking. So for me, when it happens on the particular thing, I didn't immediately react that why it is not going to done, or I will not be able to question the developers saying why it is not done. First I need to listen to them, and first I need to recognize what is the issue which is going through between the developers, and then analyze the things and then listen, and then I'll come to the conclusion whether it is possible for them to cooperate with me, or it is, if it is not going to be cooperative, or it is fair from their side, it is whatever the things which they're quoting, I'll be able to manage and deliver it to the product owner. So
Okay.
this is how we have to manage.
Okay. So coming to the next question. So what is a story point in Scrum, and on what basis do you calculate it?
Yeah, story points is nothing but the hours, or the one user story which has been completed. So that the calculation is usually we'll do in the uh, planning poker method, or when it is an epic, then we'll calculate you with the t-shirt sizing. But if it is a user story, we'll calculate using a Fibonacci method, like estimating that one person is one story point is being completed in 6 hours.
Mhm. Okay. So coming to the next thing, 1 minute. So what are the process improvements you have implemented as a Scrum Master in your team?
The improvement where we see as a scrum master, where we put our 100% potential and do the improvements only in the retrospective. That's what I believe. And what I will do is, as already I have a small team, as I said, and they are already a trained one, and I'll first see what is the thing that they have been technical, I mean their technique which they are following the previous sprints or anything. And when I come to the team during the retrospective, I'll make them to speak first. So it is about first the listening thing that I'll follow from the developer side. So I'll give them saying, categorize the our current sprint, which is being completed on the 10th day, right? So this will happen in the 10th day. So when the on the 10th day, I'll say, just list down in the three categories, like where we have to stop few things, what you feel. I'll give it to the each individual. Like I'll ask them to categorize, stop, continue, and start. So what will come under the stop things is like maybe the feedbacks which is given for the
Okay,
each other
Actually,
developers.
sorry to cut you down. Okay, I can move to the next question. So what is the higher work hierarchy you are following in your project?
Sorry, work.
Hierarchy.
I think there is no hierarchy kind of a thing, that we are all work as a team.
No, I'm asking the work hierarchy in terms of Jira items, like how you are managing work hierarchy.
Okay, I think we'll use the burn up burn down chart. So burn down chart is that chart where you can see the number of the works which has been completed, and the work which has been pending for pending, right? So with this we can just drop down from the first day, and if you are seeing on the second day in the PBR, you know where you're standing on it. And if you are on the seeing on the 7th day, the 6 days of work progress you can see in the burn down chart. So that is how.
So, what is a empiricism in Scrum? Empiricism.
Empiricism.
Yeah.
Okay, empiricism. I think it is just a method that you have to follow on the, you know, like I think you have to follow a few things, which is look back, kind of a look back. I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. So next question. Okay. I'm giving a situation. Let's assume you have 2 weeks of sprint, and till the eighth day, your team has finished only 30% of the work. Okay.
Okay.
So you are a Scrum Master, and what will be your role to get it completed 100%? Or how you will, two parts I have. So the first part is what will you do to get it to 100%? Second part is how will you manage to communicate with the stakeholders if not 100% finished by 10th day?
Okay. First of all, I think this situation I will not come across, but since you have taken this as an given as an example, because 30% of works I come to know on the eighth day is impossible, because we have a refinement and every day calls and everything. So I'll be tracking on the day to day basis. But anyway, when I come to know on the eighth day, what I'll do is first thing, I'll understand where no why the work has been stopped or why the work has been lagged, first of all, and I'll get to know the feedback from the developers and why it was pending. Is there any impediments that they face on the during the time? And if at all, when we work together on the next 2 days, if at all we can complete it within the next 2 days, I'll try my level best to coach them or guide them, whatever the best I can do, and will try to finish. And for your second question, if you ask me, like if at all, if I'm not able to complete it, um, I'll try to talk to the my product owner, saying that this was the status, and anyway I have understand what is the thing that has been stopped by the developers. So I will explain it clearly with the product owner, and then I think with the product owner will communication with the stakeholder, he'll be able to understand why it is being pending, and we'll make sure to prioritize the work for the next sprint and complete it.
Okay. Okay, fine. So okay. So another situation. So consider that you have a user story, and that user story is spillover. Okay, that means like that user story coding is completed.
Okay.
Okay, so coding is completed, but testing is not complete. So in that case, do we move the whole story? Can we mark it as done, or what will be your action plan there?
So when we can't move the coding without the testing to the done part, because we may end up in having a unqualified work. So what I believe is like what I'll do is like when we completed the coding, immediately we start the testing phase also. And once it is tested and 100% satisfied by the stakeholders and the product owner, then we'll move it to the done. So
Okay. Okay. Hmm. So is the backlog grooming meeting time boxed, and when and how should it happen? Just in short, you can tell.
yeah, backlog is a time boxed event. It will happen to us one on the second day and one on the second.
Okay, so 3, 2. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. So, who is writing acceptance criteria in our project, and what is the format you follow for writing an acceptance criteria?
Acceptance criteria is the technique which we use is Moscow, like must have, should have, could have, and would have. So this will be done by the developer. Developer.
Okay. So, who can cancel a sprint?
Uh, Ideally, it's a best practice that we should not cancel sprint for anything. If at all, when we're in a situation that where we have to cancel the sprint, it will be done by the product owner.
Hmm. So, where do you see a Scrum board in Jira?
I think there is nothing called Scrum board where we can see.
Hmm. Okay. So, how do you create a page in Confluence?
Confluence, we have a table. In the Jira tool, we have a in the right side. We have a table where we can create a new one. If you are already having one, you can have an option to create one.
Hmm. Okay. Um, so, what is your salary expectation?
Right now, I work as a Scrum Master in
Okay,
Pilpal,
no,
but
no, I should have done it. Sorry. Uh, it's okay. So just I'm just modifying the question. So why instead of that, I'm just asking like why you have chosen our company?
yes, it's like when I have an interest in the Scrum and I love to learn, and I just did a certification as you can see in the resume. So um, I want to explore new things in the new company. So I'm looking for a company where I can explore many things as a Scrum Master, even more, and I'm able to manage more people. Compared to the previous organization. So that's why. And also the Scrum, the Scrum Master, uh, it's a role where I can explore my new things. So
Okay. Oh, 1 minute. Okay, sure. I think I'm done. Okay. Yeah, I'm stopping the recording.